Hi guys, this is Creative Cuts, a channel where I build, paint and create things. Now it's been a while since I did a video where I focus on the tools to build dioramas rather than the process itself. So I thought, no time like the present. I've had a lot of requests to do a studio tour recently, and I'll be doing one very soon, so if you want to see that, then you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss that. But today, I'm going to give you my top 5 tools that aren't traditionally sold as modelling products. Now these tools are by no means necessary to get building, but are tools that I use on a near daily basis. Some are really cheap and simple, and one of them is definitely an indulgence, but for what I need and the way I work, they've become an invaluable addition to my studio setup. So to kick things off, I will reach for my jar of everyday bits and pieces that I keep to hand at all times, and reach for a humble pencil. But not just any pencil, a mechanical pencil. I switched to using mechanical pencils a couple of years ago, and have never thought of switching back. For £1 or £2 more than a regular pencil, the main benefit is a consistent tip. Even the sharpest pencil will start to blunt after a few lines, and before you know it, your line will be double the size it started off as. Now in most instances, this is not a problem, but sometimes I find myself having to work super accurately, where the difference between a millimetre or two is massive, particularly when working at a small scale. If you really want to take this to the extreme in terms of accuracy, then a marking knife is even more accurate, but for my needs, a 0.5 pencil is more than fine. Next up, and probably my most used and most versatile tool, is this set of nail care tools. Now, I've never used them on my nails, so I can't comment how useful they are for their intended purpose, but for modelling they're fantastic. The set comes with a wire loop, great for shaving down model putty, a couple of hook tools in various sizes, great for working in tight areas where my fingers are far too big to get into difficult places, and my absolute favourite, and probably most simple of all the bunch, the pointed pokey. Basically a thin rod of metal with a sharp point at one end. I use this tool all the time. I use it for making small holes in things, for marking out drill holes, for texturing foam. The list goes on, but long story short, there isn't a build where I don't use this tool at least once. So much so that I start to get a bit anxious when I can't find it, hence why it now lives in my everyday pot of tools, and I think I got this set on Amazon for about £5. The next non-modelling tool is the best addition to my studio. Certainly a quality of life tool, but having one in my studio for about a year or so, I cursed myself for not getting one sooner. When I build, I tend to make a bit of a mess. Whether it's dust from sanding, cutting wood, foam shavings, etc. It doesn't take long before my studio looks like it's been hit by a tornado, and my saving grace has been this industrial Hoover. It has a large drum, it's super powerful, so much so that I've nicknamed it Pac-Man because it just gobbles up dust like it's nothing. This particular model also doubles up as some basic dust extraction. It has a socket with an auto start feature, so I can plug it in and it will activate automatically when I turn on the Hoover, and automatically will cut off when the tool is no longer in use. The only downside is there's a little dance of adapters to fit all my various tools, but boy oh boy, it makes such a difference in my life. Sure, this won't be for everyone, but for me and my needs, it's been an absolute game changer. And the perfect companion for my Hoover is this DeWalt job site table saw. Again, this is definitely not needed by most and will stretch the budget of many a hobbyist, but for me, in combination with my basic dust extraction, it makes ripping up bits of wood an absolute dream. I've never dreamed that I would be able to have big workshop type tools in my humble shed, but this table saw ticked all the boxes. Small and compact, easy to move, and yet cuts with repeatable precision that has completely changed the way I work. I also made this Crosscut Sled, which opens up what is already a versatile tool. I can now pretty much cut wood of any size and angle, and most importantly, super accurately. And my last favourite non-modelling tool is this set of digital calipers. These give super accurate measurements. Nothing you can't do with a lot of patience and a ruler, but this tool makes the whole process so much easier. I picked this up for about 20 quid on Amazon and haven't regretted it one bit. You can do outside measurements, inside measurements, and also depth measurements, and all to a level of accuracy that's way beyond anything you will ever need. Now that I sit here, I can see that unwittingly I've a bit of a theme running here. I guess over the last couple of years I've become pretty comfortable with building dioramas. But behind the scenes there's also a lot of frustration when my technical ability doesn't match my ambition. Sure, this is all part of any learning process, but I'm always trying to improve my craft, and working more accurately is one way to achieve that. So there you go. A proper mix of random tools that aren't normally associated with the modelling hobby. But each one plays a special role in my way of working. I look forward to using these tools every time, because I know that in one way or another they will make my life easier. Let me know what your favourite tools are, and it just goes to show that with a bit of imagination and out-of-the-box thinking, almost any tool can be used in your hobby, and they don't always have to come from the hobby store. Food for thought, eh? Thank you for watching, and enjoy your day.